In the previous chapter, we had learned about the different kinds of analysis. Now, in order to determine what type of analysis needs to be done, you will have to have a strong understanding of the business requirement, its objectives, and the KPIs to be measured. With the purpose of the analysis clear, the first step is to source the data. Data can be obtained from single or multiple sources. Let us dive into an example to understand better. Assume that you are an analyst working in a global superstore that delivers products to customers in US. The sales head wants to analyze how the business is performing in his department and what the future sales look like. Well, first things first, you get down to acquiring the data relevant to sales. This is the sales data of Superstore. The Excel sheet contains various heads covering customer information like the name, location, and broader categories covering detailed product level information with measures like discount, sales, quantity, etc. With the complete data at your disposal, first and foremost, you should spend some time getting acquainted with the data and thoroughly understand the columns and the type of data or measurement scale. Measurement scales can be classified into 4 categories. Nominal and ordinal scales, which are qualitative in nature, and interval and ratio scales that hold quantitative values. Nominal scales are used for identifying variables by tagging or labeling them. They are categorical variables and they can't be arranged in any order. For example, the gender of a person, male or female. Ordinal scales are typically measures of non-numeric concepts like satisfaction, happiness, discomfort, etc. The difference between each value or how one value is better than the other is not known, but it is the order in which they appear that is important and holds significance. For example, is the difference between satisfied and very satisfied same as the difference between okay and unhappy? But we can arrange them according to degree of happiness. Say, very satisfied, satisfied, okay, unhappy. Quantitative. Quantitative scales like interval scales are numeric in nature and tell us the order and the exact differences between the values. A classic example of an interval scale is Celsius temperature. In temperature, the difference between each value is equal. That is, the difference between 75 and 85 degrees is 10 degrees, is same as the difference between 20 and 30 degrees. But the problem with interval scales is that they don't have a true or absolute zero. For example, a value of 0 degrees Celsius doesn't really mean there is no temperature. And with no true zero, it's impossible to compute ratios. Furthermore, with interval data, you can only add and subtract the values. Ratio scales, on the other hand, are the ultimate of all measurement scales. They tell us the exact value between units, their order, and unlike interval scales, they have an absolute zero. For example, a sales figure of 0 actually means that nothing was sold. The values in ratio scales can be added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided, and thereby allow for a wide range of both descriptive and inferential statistics to be applied. Now that the concept of data type is clear, spend some time with the sample data provided by this course and try to identify the data types of each variable. Now, once you are comfortable with the data, the next step is data processing. This involves cleaning or scanning of data for missing values or outliers. Data processing also includes feature engineering, where you can use the current features or columns, modify them, and generate new features or columns for precise analysis. Data processing might or might not be required depending upon the type of analysis and the data set at hand. Our next chapter will talk about data processing and will give you more insights into this process.